Well, it would be smart if I didn't have myself on mute, right? Hello, everyone. I thought we would start today's show with a little bit of ASMR talk with Mole. I thought we should do this live in maybe a softer tone voice. Or should I get loud and rowdy? Which one should I do? Which one is better, my friends? Is this voice better, or shall we talk like this? Shall I talk like this and drag some people over the coals? But because I'm speaking like this, it will make it seem like I'm not being so mean. Or shall I speak like this? Shall I speak in my normal voice? I'm gonna be honest, my friends. Today was supposed to be, I did a live stream early this morning because it's the anniversary of the Queen's passing. We are supposed to be celebrating and remembering the legacy of the Queen. And instead, well, we got shooked up today, didn't we? Now, I will preface this by saying, I was told by Sue Smith that if I go ahead with this live, then her and I would have a problem, and she didn't want me to do this live. And apparently, if I go ahead with my live, then we might not be friends anymore. But I feel like I have to say something after everything that went down. I feel like I'm getting dragged into this because I do lives with Paula. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was told that basically, yeah, Sue Smith basically said that I was inserting myself and that I shouldn't do my live, which is funny because I had told her before she did her live with Steph that it wasn't a good idea, that she shouldn't do it, and that she's going to kick up a hornet's nest and it's going to be nothing but backlash. And I told her, don't do it. But she did it. And I wasn't the only one who told Steph and Sue, don't do the live. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Just whatever. Just do it. But no. So I don't know. So I don't know if I'll have a friendship with Sue after this or not, but we'll see, because like I did say, she did say that if I do the live, then we might not have a friendship after. So we'll see. But I had to come on here because I'm getting dragged into this nonsense because I do lives with Paula. And I do lives with Paula. I think a lot of people know that I do lives with Paula because when my channel got demonetized, which is a year ago today, guys, a year ago in September, my channel got demonetized. Yeah. And it was demonetized for 3 months. And Paula was one of the first people who invited me on her channel. And at the same time, I will be honest, Sue and I, we're good friends. Yeah, she said we're friends for years, but not once during the time that I was demonetized did she ever invite me onto her channel. But Paula, who I never dealt with before, reached out to me and invited me onto her channel. And she was supportive of me. And it is not my place to tell a grown woman what they can say and what they can't say on their channel. It is not my place that just because a couple of people don't like what another person is saying, that I am going to join in and be a mean girl group and pick on this one person and turn my back on Paula. I would never do that to her. Now, personally myself, I will say that I have spoken to Paula in private, and I've told her, like, Paula, come on, some of your stories that are out there, right? But I get it. I get that she's digging. I get that she is passionate about this entire situation. She goes digging and she will not let go. And I feel like, you guys, like, I just feel like, since when do we rely on an email that a Sussex squatty has posted? Since when do we believe or take the word of a Sussex squatty and an email that they claimed that they have sent out and received a response on? Since, like, who put those two in charge? And I told Sue, I said, you are going to get backlash. People are going to say, who put you guys in charge to say where the line is? I know Steph kept saying, oh, there's a line. What line? What line is there? Where's the line? Show me the line. The hardest thing for me here is that I get along with all of these creators. I get along with Paula. I get along with POV. I get along with Royal Daily Tea. I get along with Sue Smith. I get along with Steph. I get along with everyone. I get along with Andy. I get along with everyone. And I feel like, why is this so high school? I get it. I get backlash because I am friends with her, because I go onto her channel and I stay loyal to someone that shows me loyalty. This puts me in a hard position because I'm friends with all of these creators. I get along with all of them. And I feel like I'm being made to pick and choose whose channel to go on and like do a live with, or who to collaborate with. And it's hurtful to see, like, when I go onto the Royal Mess and I see people just trashing Paula. I've told you guys before, I'm a person who, as a child, I was bullied in school. So seeing everyone gang up on Paula, it hurts me. It makes me sad, and it would make me sad if it was happening to anyone else. It would make me sad. Okay, I think you guys can hear me crying. And the reason why I'm crying is because my heart is breaking for Paula. I'm sad for her, regardless of what her stories are, whatever she says on her channel. At the end of the day, it's her channel. She can run it how she wants. She can say what she wants. That doesn't mean that just because she is, like, her stories are crazy and out of left field, doesn't mean that I should be ganging up on her and turning my back on her. I feel bad for Paula, guys, because Paula's family member passed away. And she just buried her family member. And my heart is just breaking for her. I'm so sad for her. I'm so sad that she is being piled on in this manner. And at the end of the day, guys, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but Paula is the YouTuber who gave Samantha Markle a platform. Paula is the YouTuber who connected Samantha Markle to Andy and Steph. Paula is the one who connected Sue Smith to Steph and Andy. And just watching them all turn on her and then do that live, like, if you guys don't know the history and what Paula has done for people, and then as I'm watching everyone turn on her, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't know if Paula's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but how would you feel if you just buried your mother and then all of a sudden this was happening? And to me, I feel like this was all done by Samantha Markle. I just think that it was all kicked up by Samantha Markle. Why? Because Paula is waking up to Samantha Markle and the Markle family bullshit. She's not believing it. That's why. Yes, her mother passed away. She buried her mother last week. And it just made me so sick watching the lives. And I feel like it was such a setup because you guys, in my heart, I feel like it was a complete setup because I want to know. I'm sorry, let me have a sip of my water and get myself together. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm crying here. All of this, I just want to know, with Steph being so hard on Paula, I want to know when she forgave Trevor Colt for forging a document that he claimed was a letter from the Queen. I want to know when Steph forgave Trevor about when he did that, because Trevor did this. Trevor made a whole forged letter and said that it was from the Queen. Dear Mr. Colt, MC, I would like to take the opportunity to thank you. Your selfless commitment to others, and especially those of UK veterans community, has to be admired. The Armed Forces Act 2021 has enshrined the Armed Forces Covenant in law for the first time. This is to seek to prevent service personnel and the veterans from being disadvantaged when accessing services like healthcare, education, and housing. The Act also contains provisions in a number of other areas. I am pleased to announce that the Act received royal assent on Tuesday, 15th of December. It's only when one truly commits a cause that they believe in do they receive their award. Signed, Elizabeth R., and with a seal. Right? So Trevor Colt faked that. And not only did he fake it, he sent photos of himself of that same letter in a frame to Steph, and Steph believed it all. I remember it. Steph believed it. And not only that, my apologies, I just totally blew my nose. I'm sorry, guys. And not only that, Trevor Colt also shared it to his community page on YouTube. And he even put a caption saying, you can choose to live a peaceful life and not interact with others. You can choose to join a group to work towards a common purpose, or you can choose a path that will bring you enemies, naysayers, and trolls. I choose to make a difference. I choose the difficult path so others don't have to. Be the person that you want your son to look up to. Right? He had all of this. He made a fake letter. And then on top of that, it was the Sussex squad that had to really bring it to Steph that, you know what, the letter Trevor Colt showed you was fake, fraudulent, and phony. It was all fake. It was a fake letter. And then, no, Namastella, you're not getting it. If this is my channel, and if you're not understanding what is going on, then you need to leave, okay? You are not understanding this, because I think that Trevor was involved in this bullshit against Paula. I think so. Because I want to know when Steph became friends with Trevor Colt. Because I think we all remember when Steph did a live stream about that letter, where she was crying on the live stream that she believed Trevor Colt and his fake letter. She went to bat for him. Right? I think Steph made about like almost $4,000 in super chats. And if you go, I think that live stream is still up on her channel. But yet you wanna pile on to Paula because a Sussex squad got an email claiming that Paula's email is false. Look, I don't care if Paula's email is false or true or whatever. The way you went about it, the way you did it, you live streamed to an audience of 5,000 people going, "Oh, we don't want any hate towards this person. We don't want you guys to go and bash this person. We don't want you to send them horrible comments to this person." But that's exactly what's going to happen. You streamed it to a live audience of over 5,000 people. Over 30,000 people have already watched that. Paula, I've talked to her, bless her, like, she is I've told her, like, "Just put your phone away." I wanna know, why are Steph and Sue taking the advice of the Sussex squad and believing them? And all of a sudden, Steph now is Gucci with Trevor Colt, the same person who made fake letters from the Queen that she believed, but yet Paula should be condemned because she's making up fake stories on her channel. And you guys claim it's not a Paula bashing video. That's why I was in the comments saying it is a Paula bashing video. I know that Sue Smith was trying to throw me under the bus saying, "Oh, well, I spoke to you earlier." Yeah, when we spoke earlier and I asked you who you were talking about in the video, you said, "Oh, I can't tell you at all. You need to tune in." I said, "Look, I don't know who you're talking about, but I did say in my live earlier this morning that there are some bad actors who are trying to muddy the water and spread conspiracy and misinformation, and we need to just listen and then just use our own common sense, sit back and figure it out ourselves." I feel like this was a setup by Samantha, Trevor Colt, and the Sussex squad, and just Steph and Sue got sucked into it. And for this to happen on what was supposed to be us remembering the Queen. And look, Paula did a Samantha YouTube yesterday. How convenient to trash her today. Yeah, I find it convenient that Samantha is calling Lady C all complaining about us YouTubers. Are we not allowed to question and ask questions? Hold on, my friends. I have to blow my nose here. Hold on. I feel like it was a complete setup. It was it was like it was so, like, I'm just out of shock still, like, the audacity to say, "Oh, we don't want you to go after this person," but then you have her photo. You're constantly saying their name. And I don't like, it was just so horrible to see this happen within this community, because we always say, "Oh, the Sussex squads, they're unhinged. They're crazy." But what's the difference? What's the difference? This is so Mean Girl. It is so high school. Footsie girl, you say, "Ah, sweetie, I feel bad for Paula. You are a beautiful human. This was wrong and BS. People are getting close to the Markle truth. That's why this is happening." And I agree. I feel like the fact that Paula isn't buying into Samantha's nonsense, I feel like now that she's talking more and digging into it, I feel like Samantha's upset. And I just, yeah, the stream was bad. I wasn't the only one. I talked to Sue beforehand. I told her doing the stream is not a good idea. We weren't the only, like, I wasn't the only one apparently. Many others said that. Many others have said that. And Lady C did kick it off. I know Lady C likes to say that Meghan Markle did not have another child. I think Meghan Markle did have a child. And the reason why I believe that is why I'll show you. I'll show you why people are saying Meghan Markle had a child in her teens. And it wasn't from Paula who brought it up first. I know people like to pile up on Paula because they don't like her for whatever reason. They just get on her. It wasn't a good look, but we are not the first ones to say that Meghan Markle has a child.
Or no deal celebrity golf tournament. She was.
Let me introduce you guys to Paula Tricky right here. And let me listen to her. Listen to her words.
He's trying to build it up. Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament. She was one of my Deal or No Deal girls that were. She was a caddy for all of my celebrities. I had Joe Montana. I had anybody that's here was at my tournament in 2008. She was one of the Deal or No Deal girls that were caddies. That I whatever. I pawned them off as caddies to the highest bidders. And they were great. She was fantastic. She was brilliant. She was so loved. And, good for her. I'm laughing because I'm like, good for her. I mean, she met the prince, and she made a great life for herself. Good for her.
And I've had the fairy tale now with the baby.
She's got the fairy tale now with the baby. Good for her. I mean, Jesus. She's, what? She's everything you're not supposed to be. She's isn't she multi-ethnic, and she's been married. She already has a kid from someone, or divorced
What was that? What did she say? Hold on a second. Did you guys hear that?
from someone, or divorced, married, multi-ethnic, and she's been married. She already has a kid from someone. Multi-ethnic, and she's been married. She already has a kid from someone.
So did you guys hear that? Multi-ethnic, she's already been married, she already has a kid by someone, she's already divorced. Paula is not the first person to bring this up, and I feel like now that Samantha Markle can't control Paula anymore, and she knows that Paula can dig and get information, I think she feels threatened. I mean, why else would Samantha Markle be running around calling other people? And why not call out other creators? Why not call out, who's that nut job? Laura Pirot. I know she's got an issue with me. I know she called out a whole bunch of us YouTubers. Yeah, you can even ask, why don't your children have a relationship with you, Samantha, and your kids, Tom Jr.? Like, clean your own yards. Samantha and Tom are getting upset now that people are really digging into the Markles. And I feel like Lady C is protecting them also, because at the end of the day, she wants to make her money from her videos also. Yeah. Samantha gets called out. Yeah, Samantha gets called out by Paula, and now Paula gets bashed all of a sudden. Yeah, it does sound like it's a part of that, because Trevor Colt literally put up a comment which Steph read out saying, "Oh, tell them how much Samantha is upset with Paula." And I just find it so, like, I just want to know, when did Steph and Trevor become so chummy? Because I remember when Steph did that whole live stream crying and screaming at him, deceiving her and lying to her about the fake letter he generated that was allegedly from Queen Elizabeth. To be honest, guys, like, I came on here, and the reason why I came on here is because what's the difference between the Sussex Squad and us at that point to doing something like that? It is very mean girl. It is very bullying behavior. And it's just starting to suck in other creators and just bring a divide. I bet you the Sussex Squad are sitting back right now going, haha, watch them all argue, all yell and argue with each other when they're supposed to be thinking about the Queen. I didn't know about that letter. Yeah. Trevor Colt faked a whole letter. He framed it. He sent photos to Steph, and Steph was like defending him. And then she did a whole live stream, which is still up on her channel, about his fake letter, And now all of a sudden today they're Gucci, but oh my goodness, Paula's putting out misinformation. I want to know who put Sue and Steph in charge. Who told those two, like, hey, you guys get to tell us like what the line is? Should we be like sending in all our videos now to Paula and Sue to make sure we don't cross any lines? At the end of the day, we're all adults here. Nobody should be telling anyone, oh, don't go to that person's channel. Don't go to that person's channel. I will never, ever say to you guys like what to say to one another. Molly, what did Andy say to Paula in the email? Andy didn't email Paula. Andy started DMing Paula. And then because I said that Andy is cussing out Paula, like by ranting and everything in the DMs, he started blowing up my messages. So do you see how people are getting like he started blowing up my DMs with like, you are saying that I'm cussing out Paula, blah blah blah, and like just going off on me. Like, do you see how all of a sudden, like, since when are Steph and Sue the censorship police? I'm sorry, since when do we take, oh, the Sussex squad got an email and like you're going off the fact of what a Sussex squad said. Yeah, we already know this. We already know this completely. No, we already know this. Let's be honest. Like, I will never forget how these two went in on Catherine and the Photoshop. Do you remember? Catherine's putting out Photoshop images, and why is she doing that? I remember all that. I know I can see a person who just comes into the community and just wants to grift off of the community. I can see all that. They went in. And did they ever apologize for that? No. But yet they want to tell the community on how to all pile on Paula, a person who is grieving the loss of their mother at the moment. It's not nice. It's not fair. And not only did that make me upset, but to also what made me so upset is that it's not a Paula bashing session, right, guys? As they kept saying, it's not a Paula bashing session, right? Don't go and send any hate. As Steph was saying, she sends her all the love and wishes her channel to grow and just wishes her all of the success in the future. This is not any hate. This is not any hate towards her. This is all just wishing nothing but success. Is that wishing success when you have a headline like this saying exposing a Megxit YouTuber who has lied, and then midstream, while you're in the live, I don't know if like I don't know if Steph thought nobody would notice. But then you change your headline to exposing Paula M, who has been lying to you with Sue Smith. What's the difference? Like, how are you any better than the Sussex squad? This isn't any hate. This isn't any pile on or anything, but we're just going to shit on Paula for an hour and 9 minutes and 16 seconds. But we wish her all the best. We wish her all the success. We wish her all the love. We wish her nothing but growth. Are you serious? And this is your headline right now. And you did this on the Queen's anniversary of her death. Yes, she changed it. This is the current headline of her video right now. Exposing Paula M, who has been lying to you. But you know what? This isn't a bullying session. We're not bullies. We're not bullies at all. But this is your headline. This is your headline, exposing Paula M, who has been lying to you. Paula M, who just buried her mother, right? It hasn't even been a week that she's done that. And you guys are dragging her. You guys, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I mean, how could you sit there and say it's not a pylon? We're not going to direct any hate towards her. We're not directing any hate. Yeah, don't send any comments. That's exactly what it's going to do. That's exactly what it did. All of this was so unnecessary, especially when she's still mourning. I mean, at the end of the day, like it like I think we're all adults here. We're all adults when and we can make up our own minds. We can make up our own decisions. I've even told Paul, like, I've had private conversations myself, and I get it. I know she's passionate. But I feel like what Steph and Sue did was just so over the top, and it was just so unnecessary. And it was just so mean. It was just so mean and so I hope Paula isn't mad at me now for telling you guys that it's her mother who passed away. But it's like, as I was watching the live and all I could do was just think about Paula, and all I could say was, this was so mean. This is so mean. This is a Paula bashing session, while I know that she's going through it. The only thing that I worry about right now is Paula's mental health. What if she I am constantly messaging her, because in my mind I don't want her to be like, what if she does something? What if she does something that pushes her over the edge? That's what I'm scared about, you guys. That is what I'm honestly afraid of. What if she does something that what if this pushes her over the edge and she does something? What if there's no Paula tomorrow? Then what? Then what was the point? It breaks my heart. Now, people can say what they want about me for talking to Paula, but I have to be loyal to her because she showed me loyalty. She showed me that when my channel got demonetized, I watched as YouTubers who had set up lives with me canceled on me when I was demonetized. And she was there for me. I know, I don't think Paul, I'm just saying, like, what if? Because you never know. I'm saying you never know, especially when someone has just lost their mother. You don't know what's going to trigger them or what's going to bother them. And this pile on is huge. Like, if you go and look at Steph's video right now, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on, let me go on to YouTube. Let me go on to YouTube here. Her video has over 38,000 views on it. And I'm going to be honest here. I reported her live for bullying. I did. I'll be completely honest. I know Steph had me on her channel, and I don't care if she gets mad at me, but yes, I did. I reported this live for bullying because I feel like this would be something that would push someone over the edge. Because imagine if you had to just bury your mother and then you had a huge pylon like this, how would you feel? You don't know what can draw a person to the edge. You don't know. You don't even know what's going on in someone's life, and to do something like this to another YouTuber who is within the same community. It's just I'm disgusted by it. I'm disgusted by it. I'm heartbroken by it. And look at it this way, guys. If If Paula was lying, if Paula was making up bullshit, why hasn't Paula been sued by now? I'm sure that Paula watches is careful of what she posts. And I'm sure that she would have. I don't know, but I'm sure that they knew that Paula had mentioned that she did have a loss in the family. Paula did let everyone know that she did have a loss in the family. But I just don't know if she mentioned, she told me like when it happened, she messaged me because we were supposed to have a live, and she messaged me the day before, and it was just so sudden. And I've just been like messaging her. Just after this live, I've just been messaging her just to make sure she's okay. Because I don't want her to feel like she's alone for 1 second and to feel upset. I just don't want her to feel like we're against her, because I'm not against Paula. I know her stories are a little bit crazy, but I think at the end of the day, like, we are all adult, that we can come to the realization of what we want to believe and what we don't want to believe. I don't think we needed a live like this, and now Steph has changed her title to exposing Paula M, who has been lying to you. And I know that Steph had mentioned that her and Sue Smith had spoken to Paula. I hope you guys don't think that that was all recent, because it wasn't. They haven't recently spoken to Paula. They spoke to her maybe like a year ago and haven't spoke to her since. They haven't spoken to her recently about this topic. They haven't spoken to her about anything. They just piled on to her. And I'm sorry, Monster. You guys, Monster is laying beside me. He can see that I'm sniffling here. He's trying to sleep and he's like growling. I just feel bad for her, guys. As a community, I thought we were better than this. If you don't like what someone is saying, just don't watch their channel. Blondie Girlie says, yeah, Steph said she talked to her at the end of last year. Yeah, at the end of last year. They never talked to her recently. And I just don't get it. I feel like there's been a fire lit under Steph's ass by Samantha Markle or Trevor Colt. And for some odd reasons, they fall for their shenanigans. I mean, wasn't it Steph who also believed Omid Scobie's DMs that he sent to her? Didn't she do a whole live stream saying that we were wrong about Omen and we should believe them? I'm sorry, Monster. I mean, I don't know. Is someone like being a jerk in the comments here? Where's Jean? I can't see this. Where's Jean? Maybe one of my stop the sniveling, not professional, used to respect you, unsubscribing. Hey, if you want to unsubscribe because I'm crying, you know what? I'll make it easier for you. I'll just delete you and I'll ban you, Jean, and I'll make life a lot easier for you so you don't ever have to come back. See ya, Jean. Bye-bye. Is it a problem that I'm crying for my friend? Is it a problem that I have empathy towards my friend and that I'm hurting, I'm upset for Paula? Is that wrong? I should have, hold on a second. Hold on. My apologies, guys. I feel like, okay, let me wrap this up here because my eyes are getting puffy. I still have to go get my little one's lunch ready for tomorrow. I just had to come on here and just I had to stick up for Paula. Because I could, like, look, every time I keep talking about it, because I could not imagine being in her position. I could not imagine say, if I just buried my mother and I was getting piled on like this by my own community. We're supposed to be better than that. We are supposed to be better than the Sussex squad. I mean, what's the difference between Steph, Sue, and the Sussex squad now? And I hate to say this, but it seems like anytime Trevor Colt comes around, there seems to always be some kind of drama. There always seems to be some kind of nonsense. And if anyone tells me that I should dump Paula, I'm not going to dump her. I'm never going to kick a person when they're down and grieving. I would never pile on a person when they've lost their mother. It's not the right thing to do. Thank you, Liz, for becoming a member. Thank you. That's very sweet of you, dear. Thank you. Kate, thank you. Thank you. Hugs back to you. You guys, I'm sorry that I'm like a crying mess. I thought I would be a lot stronger to do this, but then every time I just bring up what Paula is going through, it just makes me cry for her. It makes me cry for her, and on such an already emotional day, on a day that we're supposed to be remembering the Queen. This happens. This looks so bad for our community. It looks terrible. It looks horrible for our community. Our recollections may vary. Thank you, sweetheart. You say, Lady C's credibility depends on the Markles. This was a strategic hit. Lady C took TRG, Cherie and me, and Sam got Steph and take on Paula. And by connection, you and Andrew. This was intentional. Yeah, I think so too. Our recollections may vary. I feel like this was all I feel like this was a complete setup by Samantha, by Trevor Colt, and the Sussex squad. I mean, since when do you say, oh, this email that the Sussex squad posted on Twitter is proof? You're busted. Like, busted for what? Busted for what? It was just so mean. It was just so very mean. And I feel like I just had to come on here and I just had to get my words out. And it just all seems so very convenient for this all to happen after Paula publishes a video about Samantha, after the fact that Paula now is digging into the Markles. Yes, Paula was the first one to have Samantha on her platform. Paula was the one who connected Samantha to Andy and Popcorn Planet. Paula was the one who connected Sue Smith to Andy and Steph. And it's just wild watching them all gang up on her and just be utter bullies, in my opinion. Complete bullies. Complete bullies. And trust me, if this happened to anyone else, I would be standing up for them also. I would be definitely standing up for them also. AMA, thank you for becoming a member. Leslie, thank you. Molly, we stand with you. And Liz says, I stand with MeghansMole and Paula M channel. Thanks, guys. I just feel like what happened tonight, that whole hour and 9-minute stream was disgusting. The fact that Steph has changed the title of her live to now saying exposing Paula M, who has been lying to you, but yet they want to gaslight us and say, oh, we're not bullying her, we're not piling on to her. That's not a Paula bashing session. It is. It's a 1 hour and 9-minute and 16-second Paula bashing session. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Anyways, let me take a couple comments here and then I'm going to call it a night if you guys don't mind. I feel like I need to go stick my face in a bowl of cold water. I'm just so upset at all of this. I'm just so upset because I could not imagine being Paula right now. I could not imagine being in her position and having All these people just pile on. I mean, it's it's so hurtful. It's so upsetting, and it almost feels like Steph was pretending to be sad about it with her soft voice, and Sue couldn't keep that freaking smirk off her face, which we all saw. The whole thing sucked. The whole thing sucked. Thanks for that info. Anytime. I just don't understand why or how Steph can just gloss over the fact that Trevor Colt forged an entire document from the Queen and it's all Gucci. You can be fine with him, everything's okay, but yet you want to pile on to Paula M. Yeah, the low voice was, yeah. It was just like, at the end of the day, we're all just seeking the truth. And this makes me wonder even more. It makes me wonder even more if Paul is onto something and that if Samantha just doesn't want her to get to it. That's what I think. I feel like this was done to hurt the group. I bet you Meghan Markle is sitting back somewhere laughing at all of us. I just don't know who put those two women in charge of telling the entire Megxit community of what to do and what not to do. And there has been so many other Megxit people who do lie in their videos, who do make up stories, but it was all just to go after one person, and that one person who is grieving the loss of their mother. That's sad. I'm honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about this. Because I talked to a couple other people who said that she was calling around to them, calling around multiple other to get people to come on. So I don't know what the story is going on, and I don't know. I have a feeling after this live, Sue Smith and I won't be friends anymore because she gave me an ultimatum that if I go ahead with my live, then we won't be friends. Yeah. I feel like Krista says, Molly, I will send you an email. Please read it. I will send you as some, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I will read my emails. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what was the point of this entire live. I don't understand. Like, okay, I get it. You guys, some people don't like Paula. They don't like how she does her reporting. But you know what? I have a long memory. I won't forget when a certain male YouTuber was calling us female YouTubers, see you next Tuesdays, and threatening us. But anyways, it's just funny how all of this, it's just gross. It was awful. It was terrible to watch. And it just makes me wonder even more if Paula's onto something. It really does. It really makes me wonder if Paul is onto something. And I don't know. Is it like do people think that like once they pass 100,000 that they can boss around other channels? Is that how it is? Because trust me, I'm not going to change. Like for me, like I know some people obsess over their subscriber counts. I don't, to me, for me, it's all about my community and hanging out with you and talking to you guys. But I feel like that live was nothing good. It was very petty. And yeah, it made it seem, keep it real, right? She made it sound like you were in on it because she said you can use your name. I told her that she could say that I had mentioned in my live earlier that people were muddying up the waters. I didn't know that her and Steph were doing a 1-hour live stream of shit kicking Paula. So yeah, I had nothing to do with it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get the hell off of here. I I'm kind of upset still, as you can tell. I I don't know what the hell is going on. I feel like this has brought more trouble into the Megxit community. I feel like this is just, yeah, I feel like Sam kicked up a hornet's nest, and I feel like some gullible YouTubers fell for it. But anyways, guys, let me see what you guys say here. Someone's getting paid. Please don't be upset. I'm upset for Paula. Dell, I'm upset for Paula because I know what she's going through. I'm upset because I know, like, if I was going through what she was going through, what is it, Monster? Monster, do you guys hear Monster? Hold on. Come here, Monster. Monster is growling, you guys. Monster is growling. I'm just saying it was really mean, but yeah, I feel like this was intentional. This was intentional to pile on Paula and to stop her from digging. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I just feel like the pile on was a mess, and I'm going to yeah, go stick my face in some cold water because it's super puffy now. I'm sorry, you guys, about all the crying. I'm sorry about all the tears and the sniffling. My apologies. I meant to be a lot stronger during this live, but I'm sorry that I wasn't. I wanted to be a lot stronger. I wanted to be a lot tougher, but just I couldn't. Just the minute I start talking about Paula and having to bury her own mom and just getting piled on like this, I just fall apart all over again. I will tell Paula. I'm sure you guys can tell her that too. You guys will tell her that you know that we have our live together on Wednesday. So I'm sure we'll see you guys all there. But I'm going to get out of here now, guys. And I hope you guys have a good day, evening, good night. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all the super chats and the super sticker. And yeah, RDT, we need to support one another. We definitely need to support one another. I mean, I will never say I'm not about the drama and then go into a 1 hour spiel trashing someone and their integrity and then saying, well, I have integrity. I have integrity. No, you don't. There's no integrity in what Steph and Sue did tonight. None at all, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get going. I'm going to take Monster to the bathroom. Hopefully Monster's wheelchair arrives tomorrow, you guys. Okay, that's one good bit of news. Monster's wheelchair should arrive tomorrow. And I'll give you guys more updates. Hopefully I'll upload a video tomorrow and we can just move on from this nonsense. Tomorrow is a new day. And yeah, anyways, my friends, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to my nonsense and to my tears and to my crying. Love you all so much. Please say thank you to the mods for being so amazing. And yeah, Monster needs to go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.